Make 2026 your separation season. Why? We are in the best business development conditions in my entire 32 years.
Hi, this is Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether it's Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go ahead and get that claimed. Smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. Hi, it's your Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Welcome to 2026. The New Year's is literally just a few days old here. And what I want to do in this episode and the next episode for the next 2 weeks is I want to share with you 10 strategies that I coach my financial advisor clients on how to really get off to a great start, how to really create massive momentum so that you can go ahead and achieve all your goals this business year. And my philosophy is every year is like a season. Every day is like a game inside of that season. Yes, I do like sports analogies, and I will not apologize for those things. And there are just some things that I think everybody needs to be aware of. Now, I will be entering my 32nd year this February coaching advisor. So I've been at this for a while. Let's jump right into it. So first thing is, and again, if you're watching this like literally the first week of January, the first thing we've got to do is realize that we've got to close the book on 2025. It's done. Like you cannot go back and change the outcomes. And look, and I like to think of things as a spectrum. So on one side of the spectrum is you had the best year ever in your career. You blew out all your goals. Everything went wonderfully, stuff like that. Or you're on the complete other side of the spectrum. Things did not go according to plan. Maybe some personal things got in the way. You didn't execute, or somewhere in between. Here's the good news. None of that matters. You're off to a fresh start. So what I do want you to do, and this is where a lot of advisors fail, is they just kind of shut the door on one year and go into a new year, and they never stop to really analyze how it really went. Like, what did we do? How did we end up here? So one of the things I want you to do is not just look at your revenue numbers and your, again, asset numbers and stuff like that, but take out the market. You want to know how good you're really doing, how well you execute your business development game plan? Strip the market out, and how'd you do? Like, how much money did you actually raise from current clients and new relationships? I don't get caught up in net new, because you can have clients that pass away or just it's their money. If someone wants to take $20 million out of their investment account and go buy a house on Maui, it's their money. You can't tell them they can't do it. So what I care about is how much money did you attract? I care about how many clients you got, new ones. I care about how many clients you lost.
I want to know your RMD ratios. I want to know how many names you sourced via referrals. I want to know how many of those became clients. Like, I want to know everything. Like, you want to really take a look at 2025 and find out where your business came from, right? You want to be clear on that. What we want to understand is what works, carry that forward into 2026, and what didn't work, and maybe we got lucky, right? A great stock market will sometimes create the illusion of excellence inside of a financial advisor's practice, game, business, whatever you want to call it. A great market will create the illusion of excellence. So last couple of years, let's face it, we've had good markets. Hides a lot of flaws. We don't know what 2026 is going to do. So the bottom line is, like, understand how well did you really execute, or you just did enough and the markets and the environment took care of the rest. Be honest with yourself, okay? And look, I would much rather be sailing with the wind than sailing in a storm, of course. So I'm not going to apologize, if all you have hit records on your money lines. That's fine. That's great. Congratulations. But just don't let it get in your head like, hey, well, oh yeah, we're really crushing it. Not really. Got lucky. Just keep that in mind. That's number one. Number two, if you're watching this or listening to this January 2nd, then obviously, in my mind, Monday starts the new season, the new game. If you are basically limping at the finish line here, or the start line, I guess, right? In other words, you're kind of vaporized, no energy, no downtime. It's a terrible, and this is where, and I want you guys to hear me on this. This is a pattern that a lot of you have run for years, if not decades, and you wonder why you can't break out. So here's what the pattern looks like in my experiences. So, you're pushing through the end of the year, trying to make your goals, or, you didn't do a good job with your client management and you're doing RMDs on the 26th of December and tax loss, like all the stuff that should be done literally in early December, you're now doing because you allow your clients to tell you that's how they're going to be done, right? It's a terrible idea. So you got all that going on. Then you got the holiday stuff, right? And now we're getting ready to launch a new year, and there's literally no gas in your tank. No momentum. You're limping along. And what happens? We all said, great, everybody wants to do better the next year. So you say to yourself, okay, this could be my year. I'm going to get after it. And I'm going to have a great January. I'm going to create all these new habits, all these new things. And you literally just can't find it because you're mentally and physically exhausted. So downtime and strategic and renewal are non-negotiables in my world. You just have to do them. It's counterintuitive. I understand that. But the bottom line is, if you don't break the patterns that you run for your couple of years or a couple of decades, why would you expect a different result this year? Being 2026, why would you expect something different if you're approaching exactly the same way? I would rather you literally start your game on this Monday's the 5th, 7 days, the 12th. I would rather you start January 12th, rested, ready to go, than to feel like, oh man, it's the 5th, I gotta get after it. I don't feel like it. Hi, Coach Joe Lukacs here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number one, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. Give yourself some grace. Take the week. I'm not saying you have to go to Aruba or Maui or anywhere like that. Just take a staycation. Just rest. Maybe a couple spa days. Recover. I know what some of you are thinking. Yeah, but I didn't have a good year last year. I don't deserve it. Here's the thing. You deserve rest like an athlete. Hey, I got news for you. If I'm an athlete, let's say I'm a quarterback or I'm a pitcher or I'm whatever athlete I am, it doesn't mean I win every game. So if I lose a game, I shouldn't rest and recover. If I had a bad game, I shouldn't recover. Like I should punish myself. Oh, I'm going to do extra workouts.
when my body aches? Like, no, it just sounds stupid. Same thing here. Give yourself the grace, get some downtime. Number 3, the plan. So just like everything else in our game, you want a business plan. Now, in my world, Magellan land, we call our Magellan vision plan, strategic planning system. We do a 10-year, 3-year, and 1-year goal. If you don't have access to that because you're not part of our network, okay, fine, I'm not here to pitch you on that. But here's what I want, a 1-page. What are the goals for the year? What are the goals? What are your revenue targets, AUM goals, new client goals? What are your personal development game plans? What do you need to do to make yourself better? What are your health goals for the year? Like, I would love you to do our process because it's the industry's best. We've been doing it for almost 30 years now. But if you don't have access to it, just do a 1-pager. Go somewhere. Like I said, you don't have to fly anywhere. Just go somewhere and just write down with absolute clarity 4 things. Your goals, why they're a must for you. So hear me out. So what the goal, so for each goal, what the goal is specifically. So don't say, I want to increase my business. It's not specific. How much, right? Get better at is not specific. Be precise. So whatever your specific/precise goal is, why it's a must for you. So this is where a lot of people trip up. They get into the, I'm going to try to, or I hope to, or whatever. And that never works in this game. What are you absolutely committed to? What are your must? So what the goal is specifically, why it's a must. 3rd thing, who do you need to become to pull it off? So we've talked about this in past episodes. You can go find those. If you think in 2026 you could be the same version of yourself in 26 as you were in 25 and accomplish more, not going to happen. Your results are based on your personal evolution of standards, how you approach the game, your mindset, everything else, right? So who do you need to become to pull off? And the last area, the 4th thing is, what do you need to do? What's the action plan? What has to happen? So what it is, why it is, who it is, how it is. Your 4 elements of goals, and do that for each one of your goals, okay? So again, that's number 3. Number 4, here in the United States, 2026 is midterms, elections, yay, a lot of noise. Declare separation season for yourself for 2026. Commit to having no noise, blocking out the news, the markets. Like, hey, I have no crystal ball, but I do know this. It gets noisy out there. It is noisy out there. And what I have found is those advisors who can stay focused on their game and not get sucked up into everybody else's game, right? Or issues or whatever, you're gonna be better. So that means don't spend a lot of time on social media. Don't spend time watching the news. Your inbox is everybody else's priorities, not yours. Like, create a bubble and declare to yourself that, hey, I'm going to become hyper-focused. Hyper-focused. I heard something, well, if somebody ever asks, hey, what's the most valuable resource all of us have? Most of us would say, oh, it's time, because time is finite. Agreed. But you know what? It is not the most valuable resource. You know what the most valuable resource is? You're focused. Where you focus on. And Tony Robbins says this, where focus goes, energy flows. So whatever you're focused on, that's what your energy's at. So if you're focused on all the things you cannot control, the political environment, the economic environment, the market environment, the global geopolitical environment, all those things, which none of us have any impact on, by the way. It's like worrying about the weather. Like, you just adapt, right? When you look at the weather report, and this is the frame I use with my clients, you look. Do you look at the weather report every day? Yes. Okay. What do you do when you find out the weather? Well, how about it's going to rain? Well, I bring a jacket. Okay. How about it's going to be cold? I bring a jacket. How about if it's going to be super hot out? I don't bring a jacket. So in other words, you adapt to the environment. Yes. Do you bitch about it? I mean, you sit there and like, I got to change it. Like, you will like the storms not to show up. Like, what do you do? Right. And I know it sounds crazy or silly when I say it that way, but most of you, or a lot of you, have that same approach to all the other stuff. Like, you just fantasize about it being differently, and it's not. Learn to adapt. Make 2026 your separation season. Why? We are in the best business development
conditions in my entire 32 years. Now, why do I say that? We have, for the next 4 years, from 2026 to 2030, there are 3 large elements at work in our game. Number 1, we are going to have the biggest percentage of baby boomers actually retire in the next 48 months. Number 2, we are going to have the largest number of advisors retire in the next 48 months. Number 3, we're going to have the largest amount of business owners transition or sell their business. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. Money in motion, money in motion, money in motion. So focus on that. Don't focus on the other things that you cannot control. And the last thing for this episode, own your mornings. Own the first hour. Now in Magellan Network, we call it the Magellan Power Hour. You can call yours with anything you like. Just take the first 60 minutes. And I know someone's saying 60 minutes, man, like, hey, if you're committed to your goals, you're committed to excellence, go to bed early. Well, I'm a night person. Don't be a night person anymore. I have a tough time I'm not a morning person. Become a morning person. Visualize, reflect, gratitude, set your goals, review your goals, business plan your day, all those things. Just like a world-class athlete. You just don't show up and be great. It doesn't work that way. I don't care how gifted you are. It just doesn't. You got to learn to outwork everybody. You got to learn to outwork your fears. Learn to outwork yourself. Challenge yourself. That's what matters. All right. So that's what I have for this episode. So next Friday, when we release part 2, I'm going to go over the next 5, and away we go. So again, thank you for listening and watching this episode of the Magellan Network Show, the first one for 2026. Make sure that you like this video, or if you're listening to this audio on one of our podcasts, make sure you like the episode. Share the episode with your colleagues. You found it very, very valuable. And if you want more information, check out MagellanNetwork.net. That's MagellanNetwork.net. Have a great week. See you all in 7 days.
Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net, and we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game, both personally and professionally.